I am wearing a little bit heavier lashes today, but can you see them? Okay, they are not as heavy as I expected, and I love them. And even though they are a little bit heavier than the ones I was, oh my goodness, I was wearing last time, okay, but they are not the entire size. Okay, well, I should be careful about the pedestrians and other cars when I get out of from the parking lot. Okay, eyelashes now I'm wearing are a little shorter. Okay, I mean it. They just cover the middle. I don't know, middle. Okay, middle section. So they are lighter and easier to wear or apply because they are shorter. But still, it takes a little bit of skill to wear them perfectly, and I can say that I'm used to it yet. But if I wear them, it doesn't mean that I feel nothing about them. But how do I look? I don't think that it's obvious. No, I don't think so. But okay, anyway, I was feeling terrible this morning and I didn't know why. Probably because I was too hungry. I said that we bought something to eat, right? And it was already around 4 or so when we got back home. And my daughter somehow didn't eat anything since yesterday morning. She went there without having anything, and she was extremely hungry when we were back home. Yeah, of course. And we bought more than we thought. Okay, we had expected. And my daughter and I shared a pack of sushi. It had a lot of crab meat on it. And crab meat, is it okay? Crab is my favorite food. Okay, the food that I love the most. Okay, it's so distracting to drive at this time of day. It's getting darker, and now lighting is a bit too bright for me, and I've been even more sensitive these days about sounds, lights, noises, everything. Okay, and I've been a bit irritated, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm having a hard time in terms of my mental state, I guess. There are many things that I can't put up with somehow, which is not a very good thing, right? Okay, anyway, we shared the sushi, boxed sushi, with not a lot, but crab meat on it, and it was pretty expensive because of the crab meat. Is it okay, crab meat? I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong, but crab meat is pretty expensive. Not pretty, extremely expensive. And crab, wow, it's a dog. Dog was just beside the road, standing with its owner, and it was pretty expensive, okay, but we decided to buy one, and because we could share it, we knew that we could share it. And anything else, my daughter bought a cold spaghetti with some fish eggs, cod egg or something, salted cod egg. That's her favorite spaghetti. And I bought another thing, some it's a pack of many things, okay, many things like roast beef, potato salad. It has some kinds of small dishes, and anything else, a fried small eggs. I don't know how to call them, but the size of the egg is about half of the original, not original, but usual chicken egg, okay, and it's fried. 4 or 5 of those small eggs are skewered. Is it okay, skewered? I don't know how to pronounce it, but and fried, and that's my daughter's and my, I don't know how to say this. That's the favorite food of mine and also my daughter's. So we decided to buy one, and she also bought some squid fries, fried squid, okay. And she bought a pack of salad or something. And we bought some sweets, cakes, one cake for each. But it took a lot of time for us to decide what to buy, especially those cakes. We bought each cake for ourselves, each of us, at a different store. There are many stores or sections that were selling sweets, cakes or jellies or pudding, something like these, okay. And there are several of them in the same section, but we couldn't decide what to buy in the first place because there are so many kinds of sweets and there are so many stores, and we were kind of new there because we don't go there often. So it was like we were kind of new, completely new. The last time we went there was about when was it? Yeah, more than 6 months ago. And so it took us lots of time to decide what to buy, and everything looked very delicious and irresistible. But since we were kind of new there, we didn't know where we should go. Even though we found something very delicious, and even though we had some cakes to buy, but we didn't understand where they were actually. So we had to move back and forth, many times. And it took about nearly 30 minutes or so. And we were exhausted totally. We were exhausted totally by the time we finished all the shopping. And then we had to go back home by taking the subway. And we had to walk a lot to get on the subway also. And we had to change trains. Okay, it was tough. It was tough for me. And actually, to tell you the whole truth, I don't think that I was having such a great time or anything. I was feeling numb. I don't know why, but I wasn't very excited about the exhibition and shopping at the department store. Everything, I don't know. I think one reason that made me feel this way is that I always have to agree with my daughter, okay, because she doesn't like me to say something bad about things we share. I've talked about this several times in my previous videos, but this is kind of difficult for me because for me, being honest is the most important thing. This is how I feel. But I don't think that this is the most correct thing or I'm right or something. But this is my way. But she has a totally different idea of, I don't know, looking at things, okay? And she thinks that if you don't like it, you don't have to say it, okay? If you like it, it's okay for you to say so, okay? But in my case, I really want to be honest, right? Every time, whenever possible. But this doesn't mean that if I don't like something, okay, but it doesn't mean that it's, for example, my daughter's fault or anything. That's how I felt, and I'm just being honest with it, and it's not fault of anybody, but I just want to be honest with it. My neutral opinion, okay, but she doesn't take it that way. If I say something off, okay, something off to her, she feels off. It makes her off. So she doesn't listen to me saying something like that. But I'm not totally happy about this. Yeah, I try to understand it. And if I say something nasty or negative about something in front of her, she doesn't like it, right? So I always have to be where it's like that. I'm always have to wear a mask to conceal my true feeling, okay? So when I go out with my daughter, all I can say is something positive, okay? Even though I'm not feeling that way, I have to wear a mask and I have to conceal my true feelings. So I have to be always happy in front of her, right? And this actually makes me feel so tired, okay? If I was asked whether or not I really wanted to go to the exhibition, I'm not confident to say that I was, okay? Because if I go with her, I thought that she would be happy. So I went. So I was not 100% happy about going to the exhibition. And the same thing happened to me when I went to Tokyo the other day, in May, I guess, with my daughter. I was extremely tired there because I wasn't having a lot of fun. Yeah, we went to the zoo, Ueno Zoo in Tokyo, to see the pandas, okay. And that was my very first time to see those pandas in my life. So it must have been very exciting to me, but actually I wasn't very excited. I don't know why. And I got tired. But my daughter is still young and very energetic, and she was having fun, but I couldn't keep up with her, and it was sad. It was sad. I felt sad about it. I couldn't keep up with her because I didn't have enough energy. I was not energetic enough, and it made me feel so sad and lonely. Maybe I'm being a bit self-conscious, self-centered. Everything that I was thinking about, feeling about was myself. But I don't know, because I've been feeling this way for a pretty long time now. And I went to my first counseling, right? And I still haven't made a reservation for my next counseling. I still don't know when is my second one is gonna be, or when my second counseling will happen or happens. I don't know, but maybe I could make a reservation. Is it okay to make a reservation and pay for my counselor to have him listen to my story? But I still don't know. I don't know what to talk about. Yeah. And I don't know if my going there to talk about my daily happenings there would be helpful to me or not. No, I don't know. Anyway, so I really want to be very honest about everything, but it's like that I'm not allowed to be honest with everything in front of my daughter. And now I try not to talk about myself to my daughter, because I was told my counselor that mothers should not talk more than their daughters' children. And ever since I was told this way, I've been paying attention to how much I actually talk to my daughter a day, every time my daughter and I talk with each other. And I noticed that probably I sometimes tend to talk too much. Yeah, without knowing it. And now I'm realizing it. I'm well aware of this, every time I say this, every time I try to say this phrase, I can say, okay, I'm well aware of this. Okay, anyway. Now I feel a bit suffocated because I can't talk much to my daughter because I'm the mother. Mothers shouldn't talk more than their daughters. Okay, and I cannot be always honest with my daughter about everything, especially when I feel something negative, even though I don't mean to say something, or I don't mean to be critical, but just me saying something negative about something is not welcome by my daughter, and I feel so frustrated about this, to be totally honest with you. Okay, maybe I can talk about this to my counselor. I don't know what he says about this though. But just the other day, I was listening to his podcast, and it was the latest one, I guess. His podcast before that, okay, the second, the latest one, he was talking about some people who actually came to his counseling, but they can't talk about their serious issues with the counselor, with him. Maybe because they care too much about the counselor. I mean, if they talk too much about themselves to the counselor, then it would make the counselor feel bored, or they even don't know if it would be okay for them to talk about themselves, because they are not used to talking about themselves to other people. Yeah, I feel the same way, so I understand what they mean, okay? Even though the counselor is just guessing in the podcast, so what is happening to them is still unknown, okay? The real cause of his clients not talking a lot about their issues. Maybe they are not used to talking about themselves, I guess, and maybe something would make them feel that it is not good for them to spend the entire time to talk about themselves. But it's okay, it's totally legitimate for them to talk about themselves in the counseling session because they pay for it, right? But still, they just seem to be having a very enjoyable chat with the counselor and say goodbye, but never come back. That's what the counselor was talking about in the second latest podcast. Okay, I already arrived at my house, so I won't talk about it anymore, but maybe I'll talk about this some other time. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll be back some other time. I really hope that you're going to have a very enjoyable rest of your week. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.